Hello, my brothers and sisters. Thank you for taking this time to watch this short video, a reflection, really, on the soul's M.O.T. What does M.O.T. mean? Well, in the UK it means Ministry of Transport, but in this connection it's putting your heart through a full service. A full service of reawakening the divine within you and identifying, does the heart need a full service? But first, my dear friends, I am guided to share with you a message from the barefoot Galilean Jesus. The heart that sees all things, the heart whose beat moves the world, is your heart, is my heart. The heart that knows compassion, the heart whose love comes from beyond, is your heart, is my heart. And these truths are meant to bind us, not to separate or destroy. Each heart has a voice. Each heart has a choice to exist in fear or to exist in joy. Courage, wisdom, and honor will steady and renew, and soft the whisper to confirm that heart lives in me, that heart lives in you. What a beautiful message from God. And thankfully it has been written down for us to reflect. And again, the heart that sees all things, the heart whose beat moves the world, is your heart, is my heart. And that's relating to God's love for us. And it's about empowering you and me to take time out from our busy lives and seek silence, seek solitude, embrace the mystery of prayer. For me, that prayer is finding my God in the natural world. Being still, being alone with the beloved, surrounded by the choirs of heavenly voices, the birds that sing to my soul, that uplift my weary heart. And as a Franciscan, I am so privileged to have an understanding and a greater appreciation of nature, because it is my belief and the belief of Jesus and Francis, Gandhi, the Lord Buddha, all the great spiritual masters who demonstrated in their teachings and in their lives the great love of the desert, of getting away from people and finding one's heart, falling in love with one's heart, and allowing the mystery of God's love unfold before us. And today there is such a hunger, isn't there, for that love. The heart in many people today is crushed to breaking point, because so many are lost in this wilderness. And for some, it's a self-imposed exile where they know better than God. And I've met some beautiful people in my faith journey, both as a young nursing monk and as a nurse for 38 years, and now as an enclosed monk when they come to see me for prayer. When there's a knock on the door and someone has stood there, desperate, and they say, "I'm not a Christian. Is it okay?" I said, "Of course it is. You're a child of God. Come in." What's the matter? But it's all resolved when we have a hug. Because I don't consider myself eloquent enough or academic sufficient enough to be able to argue the toss of the coin with the experts. I'm not into the dogma. I'm into the hospitality of God, of allowing God use my humanity, my vulnerability in my availability, to allow God's love in my heart come through and reawaken the divine spark within that person. And in that embrace, I just call on my God. I call on the Lord Christ, and I ask them to bless them. And whatever it is that's ailing them, that it will be taken care of, because I take the words of my Master Jesus so seriously. I don't preach about it, but I do ask him in his name to honor his promise, that what we ask for in his name he will do. And he always does. But when I hug someone, I'm given a special gift from God to be able to feel their heartbeat, to feel the trembling within them. I guess that's years of nursing. But I came to nursing in the old school, through the old school, where I came to my career through my senses, not through academia. And I believe that God uses us today to connect with the hearts of his children and to empower them fall in love with their heart. The heart that sees all things, the heart whose beat moves the world, is your heart, is my heart. And God is saying that the heart is his heart and our heart. And we talk about the devotion to the mystical heart. The mystical heart. That heart that's all embracing, and behind me you will see the outline of a blue heart. The colors of the Christ consciousness. Because when you embrace the Christ, you embrace that mindset of Christ, which is love. It's all embracing, it's all accommodating, it is not judgmental. It doesn't slander brothers and sisters within one's faith or outside in other beliefs. And Jesus cried from the cross, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. But many do know what they do. And many destroy the hearts of God's children by holding them in slavery. Look what's happening in the Middle East. We talk about the Arab Spring. Why are so many Muslims up in revolt? Because they've been oppressed. Why are Muslims afraid of Sharia law? Oppression. Why are Muslims afraid of dictators like Saddam Hussein and Colonel Gaddafi? And why have they, as fellow Muslims, taken away the power and the beating heart from God's children, fellow brother and sister Muslims? The same in the Judaic Church, the same in the Christian Church, and we have it in the Catholic Church, where the beautiful children of God have been enslaved to fear, where the Church has committed the greatest sin of all, the sin against love. And all this to do with abuse. And this abuse goes on in every belief, both sexual and religious abuse, where people in their vulnerability are petrified. Is this what God wants? No, it's not. God gave you and I free will to choose. And when we use that gift of free will, God exonerates us and sets us free. Because God can see into the heart. But if the heart is oppressed, it needs a kickstart. And the best way to kickstart your heart is to stop. To be still. And 4 words of Franciscan spirituality I share with you. Behold, enfold, hold, and listen. May God reward you. And may you find within your life your beating heart come back to form, but that you will find the heartbeat of God. Namaste. Shalom inshallah paxit bonum. Om Shanti. Solo de Caritas. Peace.